Holy shit! Oh my god! Right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mickey B from Dutch Bushcraft Knives, and this is my new knife, yeah? It's the Fallkniven S1 Pro, and I'm very happy with this knife. Mine's already had the F1 Pro and the A1 Pro, and you can see a lot of videos on our channel of those two knives. But now I have got my new S1 Pro with laminated COS steel. Man, I can't wait to use it. It comes in this very handy box with the sheath and of course a Fallkniven DC4. Great little field sharpener. So let's test out this knife and see how it performs. But first I'll be giving this knife a mirror edge. So I just finished giving this knife a mirror polish, and this is the end result. And the first test that I will be doing is doing some batoning and starting a fire, because I love to do that, because that's probably the thing I do most with all my knives. So that's the test I will be doing. So this is the wood, and I'm going to be batoning. It's not a lot, but just for the test, you know, it's a test. Right, let's go. This knife is very thick. It's about around 5 or 6 millimeters thick, and so it's probably a batoning monster, much more than my other smaller knives. So that's why one of the things that I really like about this size knife is that you actually can really use it for bigger pieces of wood, like this piece of oak here with a knot in the middle, and that's why I chose it. Holy shit! Oh my god! What? So this next piece of wood is going to be a thick oak log with a big knot in the middle. Out of experience I can say that smaller knives, well, this is almost impossible to baton through. Well, absolutely no problem. That kind of amazes me actually. My baton just broke a little bit. Okay, yeah, so this is the deal. I haven't got a baton anymore, I'm going to make a new one. So I got this oak branch here. I'm going to be cutting it around here, and I'm going to be chopping it with my knife. So this is going to put a lot of stress on the actual edge, and this is going to test out the toughness, but also a little bit of the edge retention. So let's chop away. I put a little lanyard around my knife so I can chop a little bit harder. Of course I could already break it off, but because this is a test for my edge, I want to just see how hard I can push this knife. I'm just cutting around it so I can just hit it a little bit more. Okay, enough is enough. As far as I can see, not a single edge problem. This is just with the naked eye. Let's do some more batoning. So this is the wood I've batoned. My knife is still in great shape. Can still make some excellent feather sticks, I'll show you. And the fact that this knife can actually make feather sticks like this is a thing on its own. We've got a fire. And let me just remind you guys, well, I haven't said it before, that today has been raining. So it is very damp. You can see it of all the smoke that's coming off of it. it's safe to assume that this knife is actually very capable of making fire, scraping fire steel. Let's place a little more stress on this edge. If I hack like this, I don't get as much stress because it's actually more cutting into the wood. And like this, I'm putting the most force on the apex, which is still pretty mirror, by the way. And again, normally you would of course break it, which is very easy of course, because look. But I really want to test out this edge to the max. Some more oak. Please don't forget the hardest wood in the forest. I'm just going to give it a chop like this. It actually just cut it almost all the way through. In real life, this is probably about 2 centimeters here. It still shaves. It still shaves. All right, look at this. Scraping the apex on a piece of wood like this. And the reason that you would be doing that in the wild is that you collect tinder. Look. Yep. That's some heavy stuff. All the way from the front to the back. Does it still cut well? Of course it does. One of the things I find very important is that a knife like this should be able to craft as well, like a smaller bushcrafting knife. So, for instance, like making a tent peg, if you didn't bring any yourself. Making a tent peg requires you to make a notch, which is a very precise job where you need a knife that you can work very precisely with, and you need some cutting power. And after all that work, let me see if I still can do that. So this is the notch where you can put your rope, and then on the other side, this which goes in the ground. Very easy. This is a very easy task with this knife, while also being a very secure or very precise job. Alright, the results. I haven't stropped this knife yet. Let me just see if it can still shave. It can still shave. That's not all. My expectations said there are minuscule edge problems. Let me just see. To be honest, I don't really see any things, but let me just try. Okay, you can say what you want, but this is impressive. This is impressive.
It really is impressive.
This is unstropped there, people. Please don't underestimate what I just did to this knife. Alright? So I just stropped it. As you can see, it's a lot cleaner. Well, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but it shaves. It's hair popping sharp again. Crazy, crazy. And what I'm looking for is I always like to stand in the sun and then look for the smallest, most unnoticeable reflections to see if it's got any edge problem. And as for now, I don't see any.
How long have you been stropping?
Probably just 2 minutes. Another good test is feeling with your nail. I can feel like microscopical little things. This is unbelievable. It's hairless, people, hairless. It's crazy. Do you know what you gotta know about a knife like this? Because it's about 5 or 6 millimeters thick, it cuts through paper a lot more difficult than a smaller, thinner knife does, of course, and also through wood. So that this knife is doing this is actually absolutely crazy. Can you see any edge problems on that? Just be honest. I honestly want you to be honest. I can see just a little one here.
Yeah, on the belly, but it's always on the belly. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But overall, feels razor sharp. Still.
It is razor sharp.
That's just crazy. The
Would you
COS
say
just takes such a fine edge.
Crazy edge. Like absolutely, it's crazy how sharp the COS gets and how easy it is to sharpen. I mean, normally if a knife is 61 HSC or even higher than 59, then it becomes quite hard to sharpen.
Yeah.
And even with the right stones, and this knife is always, it feels like a soft steel, but it really isn't a soft steel.
And I think it's very cool, Fallkniven, to actually think about the easiness to sharpen the knife, because most high-end steels aren't really suitable for people who aren't really that good at sharpening and stuff like that. So with the COS you get a premium steel that is still very easy to sharpen.
Yeah, you don't need crazy stones or whatever to get this knife very, very sharp. And it takes a strop, which I find is very, very important, because if you need to strop every knife for 20 minutes, I think that's too long. You want to work on your knife, then at the end of the day you want to strop it for about 5 minutes and it should be okay to go again for the rest of the week. And I think that's a very important aspect of a knife. I love COS.
Yes,
honestly. I think it's a huge upgrade compared to VG10.
It is just a very balanced, well-balanced steel. Easiness to sharpen, holding an edge, how sharp it gets. And together with that S1, that all-round aspect, is just an amazing all-round knife, I think. All-round steel, all-round knife. What else do you want?
Yeah, that's true. It is
I'm going home.
Hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe, and please leave a comment what you think of this knife. I'll post a link in the description where you can buy this knife. I bought it at knifesandtools.com. I think probably you can buy it almost anywhere in Europe. You can buy it from that site. I think it's the best deal there. And great service as well. What a great knife. I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with it. The Pro series is definitely a huge upgrade compared to the normal series. See you later, people. Bye bye.